I want to actually take a moment to answer a question that I saw. Someone had commented that they're Buddhist and that they believe in reincarnation, but they were curious as to my thoughts on if readings are still possible, if reincarnation is real. And I absolutely think that both things can exist in the same space. We think of the soul so often as a singular unit that lives, dies, transitions, or is reborn. But I don't really think of it as that linear of a process. I think of, in many ways, that we exist almost as fragments. And just as there are many incarnations of life, there are many incarnations of self. And there's still some fundamental element that I think gets retained beyond all states of consciousness, whether, we transition and move on to another life or continue and coming back in some capacity. I really think of it like this. If you think of, we go to the place that we came from, that I find to be very true. I think that when we pass away, we go back to the place that we were before we were born. And that's a familiar territory.
That's amazing.
So I think it's an interesting concept. One that does totally allow for this idea that there are different states of consciousness, that you can have several different forms of incarnation, life between lives, as someone said. And that would be kind of natural part of both an expanded consciousness and an eternal being by nature would have chapters, right? Mm-hmm. You by nature would have incarnations. Every day is a different incarnation. And we only live, hopefully, 70, 80, 90 years.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if you think in your own life, in your own human life, how many times you grow and change and become different incarnations of yourself.
Totally.
I know I wasn't the person I was 10 years ago when I was, how old am I? I just turned 28, so 18.
Yeah. That's so true.
Yeah. We all change.
Right.
I imagine there'd be a growth process on the other side.
As a soul, if we think of ourselves and apply that in the big picture of eternity, by nature, I would think, whether you believe in Buddhist angle or not, that there's going to be elements of bifurcation, chapters of being that I would define as incarnation. Be the first to know when I've posted a new video by clicking subscribe below.